I'd like to call our February 21st Brigantine City Council meeting to order. Will you please rise for the flag salute? And if you could remain standing while our Deputy Mayor, Karen View, leads us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for the freedom we exercise and the many blessings of democracy we enjoy in these United States of America. We ask for your protection and guidance for all those who devote themselves to the common good, working for justice and peace at home and around the world. Heal us from our differences and unite us with a common purpose, dedication, and commitment to achieve liberty and justice in the years ahead for all people, and especially those who are most valuable in our midst. We pray this in your name. Amen. Please remain standing while we have a moment of silence for the Grand Matriarch of Brigantine, Philomena Arima. Philomena passed this week at the amazing age of 106 years old. She was born in Philadelphia in 1917 and moved to Brigantine with her husband and daughter in 1949, where she was involved in just about every organization the island had to offer. She was active in St. Thomas Women's Club in South Jersey, Cancer Fund, Sons of Italy, Young at Heart, Beta Sigma Pi, Senior Club, and the Brigantine Republican Club. She was a 50-year member of the Lions Club and was a volunteer at the Historical Museum for many years. At 100 years of age, Philomena was named MVP of the Bocce League. Phil participated in Senior Bingo at the Community Center, and last year she was crowned Cherry Blossom Princess at the Green Team's Cherry Blossom Tea. Philomena is survived by her daughter, Antoinette Wilson, her son-in-law, Richard Wilson, her granddaughters, Melinda Cunningham and Pam Hoffman, their husbands, Jason and Richard, and her great-grandsons, Zachary and Alexander. We should all take a book from the page of Philomena and live life to its fullest. Thank you. Please be seated.
Lynn, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
To advise the meeting notices covering this meeting have been sent and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Tiger, any need for executive session tonight?
No, Mayor, there's no need for executive session.
I need our approval of our February 7th, 2024 council meeting and executive session minutes. Motion second.
I'll make that.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Leo,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Sakini,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carries.
This time we'll open it up for public comment. This is public comment on agenda items only. Please come up and state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public comment, we're going to close the public portion. We have resolution 2024-38. This is a resolution of support from local governing body authorizing fiscal year 2024 local recreation improvement grant application funded by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. We have a motion and second.
Second.
Tiger, can you give us a little information on this grant?
Sure, Mayor. So this grant that we are applying for would cover new batting cages at the 26th Street Field, netting, some fence repair, also at the tennis and pickleball courts, some shade structures, much needed shade structures. So that's what we're shooting for with this grant.
All right. Does this grant have a local match?
So there is no required local match. However, to be competitive, it is encouraged for a local match. So if we are awarded, then we can discuss the local match.
Yeah, do we have a motion? Yeah. Any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon, Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2024-39, and this is State of New Jersey, New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Officer of the Attorney General Safe and Secure Communities Grant Program. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon, Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2020. Let's try that again. Resolution 2024-40, and this is a resolution authorizing the city of Brigantine to enter into the New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance Cooperative Purchasing Agreement. We have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon, Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2024-41, and this is a resolution requesting permission for the dedication by rider for Veterans Hometown Hero banners required by the city of Brigantine. We have a motion second. So this is just in order for us to get state approval. We're going to be taking in a program, and this will set up a trust where people can do banners for local veterans who have served. And this will allow us to get the state approvals to collect those funds and use that money specifically for it. So we're starting that process now by the state. Any questions or comments? We have the specific location, Jen, sorry.
Seen that in other towns.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we got this from. I've seen it in other towns too.
Yeah, it
as I
looks
travel.
sharp. It looks real.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Myself and John Doring met with the Legion and the VFW. We're gonna have them involved with it as well. The initial thought is to run them along the promenade, and depending on how big it gets, how many we get, then the business districts, the streetscapes, all those new poles as well. So that's what this. We're in the very early stages, but we're heading in a good direction. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, there's no other questions. Can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri, Hany,
Yes.
Delivery,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon, Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Resolution 2024-42. This is a resolution authorizing the award of an irrigation design consultant and construction at the Brigantine Links Golf Course to Hydro Designs and amending the shared service agreement with the Atlantic County Improvement Authority. This is, as I said, for Hydro Design Inc., who is the most qualified bidder at $32,500. Motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Karen, tell us.
Sure, this is the first step in investing in upgrades for our golf course, which we purchased back in 2002. We need to invest in your properties, just like, we've been doing in a lot of places on the island, and it's long overdue that we put this irrigation system in. I don't think we can go through another couple of years without losing all the fairways and the greens. So this is our first step, and hopefully.
It's getting to a point where we put more money to make
Exactly.
repairs constantly.
They have
And it
been,
is
yeah,
to
they've
keep it
been
up.
putting bubble gum and duct tape on it and digging holes all over the course for many, many years, and it's just beyond that.
The new system's incredibly accurate too. It only put as much water as needed. It rains, it only puts so much water on. End up saving us a lot.
Right, they'll use a lot less water.
Irrigation system out of the links is definitely outlived its useful life. It's time.
We can get the parts anymore, can I? John? What? Right.
If there's no other questions or comments, we have roll call.
Yes.
Lettieri? Kane?
Breakdown from my fellow council members along with John.
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-43, and this is a real estate tax exemption for a 100% permanent totally disabled veteran. Have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-44. This is a resolution granting a revoked license at 218 Second Street North, extend the driveway 4.3 right of way of Second Street North for parking purposes. Make motion second. So moved. Questions or comments?
One question. So this location, sidewalk, is there like 4+8 between the inner sidewalk and the property line?
Yeah, the city, this came up before the planning board. The city has a right of way through there. And they have a deck that was unsafe. They wanted to fix the deck, which ate into the driveway a little bit. So this is going to allow them to park in our right of way, but not block the sidewalk. We have no utilities running through there, and there's no city interest that I'm aware of at this time. Decided to do a local license in case something changes in the future. That's the- that's correct. If there's no other questions or comments, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have our consent agenda, and on the consent
I
agenda,
think we forgot.
I apologize. Thank you. I wrote too much. I get there eventually. All right, so we have resolution 2024, and this is a resolution, sorry, 2024-45. This is a resolution by the city of Brigantine, New Jersey, authorizing enterprise fleet management to provide city vehicles for Brigantine, New Jersey. We have a motion second. Big thing we're doing with this is just giving the city options in order to get vehicles. Part of the co-ops that we're in right now, we're waiting anywhere from a year plus to get vehicles. Through Enterprise, they have the ability to reach nationwide in order to get vehicles. We're hoping to drastically cut that time down. So if they have stuff available that works for us, we can use it. If not, we can use any of our other co-ops. If there are any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Now we have a consent agenda. All right, we got St. Andrews by the Sea beach request. We have our Women's Surf Fishing Club tournament request, Brigantine Food Truck Festival request, Booked on Fishing request, Elks Raffle License number 1045, Elks Raffle License number 1046, and Stockton University for the Shore Crew Regatta. We have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? We have roll call.
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried. Mayor Sarah, I have to apologize. I omitted the bill list on here, so can we vote on the bill list?
I think we need to pay the bills. All right, so we have a motion second for payroll requisition and operating expenses.
I'll make that.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
DeLuca,
Yes.
Reardon, Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
At this time, we have our council manager committee discussions. Turn it over to city manager.
Nothing to discuss, Mayor.
Oh,
Karen, thank you for that very eloquent prayer. And Mrs. Arena, legacy. Amazing. Thank you. That's all I- God bless.
Rick?
In that same vein, it's nice to see that it's still light as we started the meeting. Very positive.
Being the president. Yeah. She's going to do a fantastic job. Well, that's all I got.
Here, here.
turn it over to our new president.
Grandmother was county cabin in Ireland. And, thank you, Michael. Well said, and thanks. Shout out to my nana.
Need to reappoint our school estimates. I'd like to appoint myself, Councilman Neil Kane, and Councilman Paul Lettieri to the school estimates. We have a motion second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passed. At this time, we'll open it up for public comment. Anybody wishing to be heard, state your name and address for the record.
Sir, I think you dropped something.
I think you lost me.
I don't know if that's important. Sir,
My name is.
I think you dropped something back there. I don't know if you need that for notes.
It's the minutes of the meeting. I think I'll be all right on that. I'd like to talk about. 5 minutes is nowhere. Demonstrate. I'd like to look at some of the pages on it, understand. So.
If you don't mind, if you could speak into the microphone. It's sorry, it's hard for people, one in the room to hear, but two at home.
Some background on using my talk about kilowatt hours, not dollars. then you find compare the old meters to the new meters. The old meters are mechanical. The old meters were subject to some then not what accuracy. Accuracy means the same reading as it was previously. So I'm saying from my perspective, according to demonstrate that. Use two graphs, both from ACE, you can do sign on your ACE account, get both account. The obvious thing is January to January, this is January this year, that's January last year, you can see a significant increase between January this year and January last the line. So nothing different. It's the same house, same occupants, in fact, less occupants in January. So something has changed. I don't. And I would also point that the meters were replaced in the middle of last year. The next graph is the same data except that thanks to the H, we give you the comparison year to year. See in January that this January there's at least 30%, 40% increase. From 1 January to some of me, and it's only me who's talking. So I had to try and analyze what's going on. I had to use some statistics which are quite difficult to understand. Basically, I subtracted previous January from current January. So the difference. Did the same for every month. Went back basically to 5 days from January 2020. So I did it for all those years. But you would expect that that difference should remain constant. What I then did is I used a technique to compare them. What that technique showed was that the January 20, for the year 21, pretty flat. It proved that that's reason. Then all of a sudden it went down, meaning the use was less after January 22nd. The reason then I put in LED light bulbs, 50, and reduced the use by about 40 kilowatts. But then suddenly, June of this year, it shot up. The use shot up by an average of 100 kilowatts. So it's not just January. You actually do the data analysis. It started well before that, started in the middle of last year. You look at the difference, 40 going down, 100 going up, and the 40 kilowatt swing in the way that my electricity use measured. That's about 30 dollars. So I believe everybody's meter should show something very similar. That's the crux of this. So I'm going to present that I have done to a selected management. So the only way we're going to do this is if we get a significant number of people very similar data. I think in my opinion we need to 5 people and bring their data. I will do the statistical analysis on that. The data entry, getting the data is a bigger deal where I need your help. Believe what I'm saying. I also give you a comparison of how important I am. Ace, Ace 550,000. And Ace next, they're 10 million.
Mr. Coach, your 5 minutes is up.
Sorry?
Your 5 minutes is up.
Sure. We're going to have very definitive data to be able to take on somebody of this. They have a significant incentive to know this. It's for patients too late. I'm typical. What I'm asking for is your help in getting that data. Then
It's been big on social media too, but what I also want to ask you is, do we think there's, I mean, we all know when they were putting the new meters in that everybody's electric is going to go up a little bit. They're probably more accurate than the older meters. But you're saying that it went up 30 to 40%, which seems pretty substantial.
that's generally it's $30.
So what my question is, there's a couple things we have to ask. One, did the increase, is it only because the new meters were accurate and the older meters weren't as accurate? And two, how do we figure out what's actually coming in off the line and what we're actually using? And, or I'm sorry, what's coming in off the line and what the meter's actually reading? So, I listen, I'm with you and I get you 100%. I'm just trying to.
It's a good question. I have an answer for it. Can't really say anything until you have a lot of data. The data says everybody saw this increase. And that's it. So first get the data and make sure that it's accurate. It's accurate. Then see what it means. If the new is more accurate, it's higher because it's more accurate.
Sure, and that's probably why they put them in. I think, I mean, none of all of us know that.
Well, they could, it means there's several reasons. They could switch any individual electricity off. They could recalibrate the meters. They could read the meters remotely. So they've got a lot more control. In fact, if they knew it was going to be more accurate, that's now it's speculation. Yes, I would agree with that, but unless you have the data, they're going to they have all the information, they have all the power. The point is, they have many more people. They have things that we don't know. So unless you can demonstrate this, that all the electricity is well,
If I recall, sir, is that it? Michael? Hi, Mike. If I recall, did you spoke to somebody? I read your email was very thorough, had a professional touch to it.
several people.
Right, with Atlantic Electric.
I spoke to, I've communicated through email with Ace. I got back without electric.
I remember reading that. Yeah, I can tell you. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
But I've also talked to quite a few people, and they have very simple experience.
It's all over social media too. It's all over social media too, that their
Yeah,
image is going on.
I don't think. So rather than get social media up, if we can get the data, get people to look at their meters and tell us this is what our usage was. If they just send us pictures of
had said earlier before we came in, we do have to have, you have to give Atlantic City Electric the right to come in and at least defend themselves and speak and explain how these new meters work. The only way to actually figure out if the meters are inaccurate or if they're just more accurate is to, I don't know, you'd have to get an electrical engineer for that, but I don't know how, do we set up another meter that's calibrated? I don't know.
I can email you all, show you how we get onto ACE to get the data. And all you need to do is check.
Yeah, but again, it's ACE's data.
It says your data, but it's your data. So you sign on to
But
it.
it's the data they're getting from the meter that
From the
we have a
meter.
problem with. Do you
Right.
understand it?
Yes.
So how do we bypass that meter and find out how much energy is actually going into the residents?
At this stage, not very important. The important thing is, did it increase significantly? If it increased, then you ask ACE, please explain. They have a full explanation. I can't tell. I don't think they might. But you have to have at least one day. And councillors will send me screenshots of their electricity bills. I will email you, say, this is how you get onto the ACE, you have to sign on the ACE website for you. This is how you get the data, download, send it to me, I will then tell you. the data's coming. And this amount of,
I think we all knew that our energy bills were going to go up a little bit because of the new meters. The question is, did it go up substantially to a point where we start to question?
1.4 million bucks. Good one. 8%. The adults will vote more. Black country. They report it.
Thank you. Your presentation was excellent. The time you put into it, very thorough. You made your case very well. So thank you for that.
Be delighted if you want to email them. Really. First, get the data. Get a sample data. Get really good data. You need to get decent data.
Mike, thank you for taking. It's all posted. Yeah.
Numbers on the front page of the Times if you need it.
It's.
Fold it up now, isn't it? It's all late.
Items. I was waiting, I wasn't sure.
Ann H. Phillips. Ann H. Phillips, 308 27th Street. I have, Mayor, you usually give your mayor's comment before we go to public. Yeah, I'm going to just read these 4 topics and his comment. I received a copy of a well-written letter to the city manager by a longtime Brigantine resident from that resident about not being able to hear the February 7th council meeting on YouTube. Evidently, there was no monitoring during the meeting to ensure that the public was hearing it. Now, this is a very responsible person, so he doesn't ever just make a comment unless there's a basis for it. Now, we've heard for years about Brigantine improving its sound system, but it appears also that we're still having problems. So I hope you will address that. 2, the city has now authorized 2 new positions to deal with the short-term rental problem: a code enforcement supervisor and a code enforcement inspector. Who has been hired, at what salary, and what precisely will they do to prohibit violations of our ordinance and the existence of resort houses, which the city manager has said we do not have what to do? 3, what is the status of the mayors, that's plural, coalition against the New Jersey Department of Environment in regard to Atlantic shores putting these windmills so close to our ocean, in our ocean? I believe we brought this up in recently. Also, Mayor Sarah, you have spoken of having a countywide town meeting to discuss this issue and all issues flowing from the windmill projects and the importance of urging our county board of commissioners to take a stronger stand against these. And that's the last we heard from. So, while it appears to be very quiet along the windmill front at this point, because Washington's out, we still have 2 new projects. The mayor is still pushing this, and we've got to act ourselves in finding ways to get our public opposition to bear on what they do. So, did my comments down, sit down. Please comment.
And I didn't even time that. Because it wouldn't have been fair, so.
Please comment on these 4 topics. Thank you.
For the sound and short-term rental stuff, I'll have our city manager comment in a minute. But when you talk about the, I guess, update on windmills, Brigantine is involved in litigation right now. We're taking that through that process. Ventnor, which is from Atlantic County, has joined us in that litigation along with the LBI. So we're waiting on that to move through the courts. I apologize. What you said? Yeah, I couldn't tell you what court it's in, and I do apologize for that. Our attorney handles that. We have an attorney that's specifically dedicated for this. I don't know the exact court that it's in, so I do apologize. That is proceeding, moving forward. It's broken up into several phases, and we'll go phase by phase as we move forward. When it comes to the countywide meeting, we're looking at a couple different options. We're looking at doing a bigger countywide meeting, but I believe that smaller meetings in different municipalities, starting to work on coordinating that with some of the different towns. My fear is if we do something really big, we'll draw a crowd, but I think we're going to draw the people engaged. I think we need to take this more local and hit up some of the different organizations to try to get people engaged who may not understand what this is going on. So in the process of doing that, I'll hope to have more information on that very soon. We're talking, well, right now I'm focused on Atlantic County. I've met with representatives from Cape May County. They're going to be doing the same thing. We talked about doing a joint meeting, but I still think we need to hit the locals. And right now my focus is Atlantic County. Congressman Andrew has hosted a number of meetings, not just here in New Jersey, but in some other areas. So we're hitting this from different levels. But I really want to make sure that people from Atlantic County are engaged and fully understand this, but it needs to be much bigger than us, much more than us. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people out of the South Jersey area really do not understand this issue, do not understand the impact. And there's a lot of false information about the benefits that will come from the ocean wind energy that has been challenging to get through. And unfortunately, people are trying to make this about partisan politics. It has nothing to do with partisan politics. And it's a mask that the governor and some other people pushing this are hiding behind. So we're working on to strategize how we get through that. For the sound and the short-term rental, I'll turn it over to our city manager if you can give us an update on.
For the sound, we did receive an email. The deputy manager did respond to that email. As you all see, there are notes in front. You please speak directly into the microphone. It is difficult for some people on YouTube to hear specifically the public comment microphone, so we may have to look into getting, I know we've had this discussion many times, to whether it's a direct or indirect, however that, I'm probably using the wrong words for it. So we might need a different microphone there, but when people do sit further away from the microphone or they're soft-spoken, it is difficult for people to hear. So that's why there's those notes.
But we've replaced all of these microphones.
All these microphones are brand new. Yes, absolutely. Everything is new here.
And we're posting it on our YouTube channel, which should help with access to that. But were we looking at anything else for the city?
So we do have a program. John could probably speak to it. What's the name of that program that we're looking at? The upgrading it.
We're upgrading the Liberty system.
Liberty system. Yeah.
But the Liberty system is for the notes that they take. We are having a company work up an estimate in the school
Yeah.
for upgrading our audio and visual and merging. Like right now, I'm doing the Zoom, and Lynn hits the button for 97. We're looking to upgrade that, all that under one. And it's on. It's on. We also that's one of the problems, sir, that people from the audience speak and people that can't hear you. And then that's what we get. We couldn't hear Ann. That's part of it. Over at the gentleman that was standing here last week. You speak right here, they can hear you well. So that is what a lot of what we're the feedback I'm getting. And I kind of take it personal when I do it.
I just got a text from home and the sound is great tonight.
So
Thank
part
you.
of it with the microphones, they are directional mics, so if people speak directly into it, it's harder for people to hear. But we are making more improvements than just the microphones to continue to improve this. Unfortunately, it is a slow process, but we are moving forward. Tiger, the short term.
Short-term rentals. So we did advertise internally, as we always do, for the position of supervisor. And unfortunately, for reasons we can't discuss publicly, that hiring is on hold right now. So hopefully, we'll have some movement on that soon. We are not going to hire into the code enforcement part-time inspector position until we can secure that full-time position. The part-time position what we envision is being able to cover more weekend hours when City Hall is closed. So we will have coverage for somebody to be out there on the street, checking on properties, and our frequent flyers, I guess, so to speak, making sure that they are following the ordinance and the ordinance is being enforced. That was one of the things that council recognized in the past, that enforcement was lacking, and that is something that these positions will work to take care of in the future, is that enforcement piece. That's what they'll be doing.
But right now, it's not, I guess, as busy. So police and code enforcement are handling that. The big challenge becomes as we get into the summer months and more people.
Absolutely. And we are still moving forward with the program SEL that we've been talking about. There was some delay in our old programs getting the information and pulled data out of one program, loaded into the new program. So that there was a delay in that. We are moving forward. We had discussions with them just today, and our construction office has gotten some training. They need some additional training. Our fire prevention office is the next office to go through their training, which should be scheduled within the next week or two. It's going to be a Zoom training. So that entire office will be spun up on this new program. This new program is going to be phenomenal once we get it up and get all the cobwebs, to everything cleared out. That it's going to be some growing pains as we all learn this new program, but it's got a great module for a citizen portal, an app for people to follow along or be able to do complaints through an app or through a website. It's going to be really good. We're taking baby steps, but we're again.
Yeah, I know you and the staff here have worked really hard to make sure that all of the information has been migrated over, and now making sure that everybody's properly trained on how to use this. Because I think the biggest thing is once it goes live to the public, people want an immediate response. Make sure we have those kinks worked out before we take it live. And then to add to this too, I was going to give this in an update, but I didn't. But one of the things I'm going to talk about is you can already start to see the impacts of the laws that passed. There's a number of short-term rental owners who have decided that they really can't comply and have sold. There's a number of short-term rental owners who have now hired professional managers to run their properties. And I know people that have started property management businesses that are maxed out, right? They set a number because they want to make sure that they do a good job. So we're already starting to see those changes. And to my understanding, with the exception of the party that happened over, I believe it was Halloween, we have not had any other issues on the island. And I think it's because our police department handled that situation so well. We're continuing to monitor. Doesn't mean something hasn't happened that hasn't been reported, but we can already start to see the impacts that these laws have had. And it has been a much quieter off season. And, we're going to continue to move forward and continue to get everything in place and ready to roll for this month. If there's no more public comment, we'll close the public portion. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, no worries.
Hear about a civil matter. John was today I received a why not? So it's an ordinance that date. I shipped it out. I made a copy of a snow emergency ordinance. Today I stopped over at Sweeney and some guidance why the city be concerned with small towns. Winter time, but no one's there. The entire block is there. Everybody else is in New York. Well, contract 417. Had a complaint about small boat. He said, John, I did not complain ordinance for snow emergency. That. It's clear that if it snows, you're not allowed to have a boat or car on the street. So the city can snow. Just can't do it. It's kind of, to me, it's redundant to have a couple paragraphs a day. Another ordinance that says you're not allowed to have a boat there. And at the end of the period, the sentence, to me, at the end of the sentence, it goes on to say that unless the owner or operator of the city owns, leases property in front of the city park. To me, that means if you have a store, not on lease property. Now, once elevate, you should take out the period. And it should revise the paragraphs. Says you're not allowed to park anywhere but it's snow. What? Relevant to snow. That's
Yes, sir. Yeah, glad to see it. The statute, I'm wondering, like, as you were speaking, I just brought up on the 8360 code. 284-33, which specifically addresses the situation and gives the dates. Quickly here, from November 30th to May 2nd.
Right.
If you were, and the reason for the further stipulation is just just for that reason, for emergency reasons, just in case, just to make it imperative that people know, when it is an emergency situation, if you maybe gotten away with having it out there, get it, get it off the road. But I just wanted to say that much to you. Yeah, tell you what, time situation. That's just the statute. So you may, I don't know. Look, I've just got your hand out here, and that's the statute that you do have. You have 34 highlighted. 284-34, I should say. 284-33. Yeah, I do see that you have that, you do have that, which you cited initially with those dates. You don't have the dates highlighted, but,
The only response that I get at that, read that article, is that it's about snow.
well, not in 284-33. That doesn't, I don't think that brings up snow at all, does it? Right. Yeah, but not. Snow, I don't see snow in there in that statute.
If I may, Mr. Moscone, the ordinance that you're pertaining to, it really has nothing to do with the snow or with emergency parking. At some point, the residents and council, I guess, decided that, they wanted to get all the boats and trailers off the streets of Brigantine from a certain time. This is up to debate, but I guess they figured it was an eyesore. They didn't want boats and trailers all winter long on the streets of Brigantine. The compromise they came up with was, obviously in the summer, people are using their boats. And that's kind of the part you referenced where boat has to be in front of your own house in the summer months. But the ordinance that pertains to your issue is from, you know, in the winter months, all boats and trailers need to be off the street. We have community watch people, for lack of a better term, who call us every winter and say, there's boats on my street, get them off my street. Why aren't you guys enforcing the ordinance? So the call we got, or the email I got today, was not just I know you were trying to talk to your neighbors to see who called about you. The email I got was 10 different houses spread over a different area. It wasn't just one neighborhood. It was a woman who was complaining about 10 different boats that she has seen as she walks the island, and why aren't we doing anything about it? So when we get a complaint like that, we look into it and we just let the homeowner know, this is the ordinance, please move your boat and trailer. So that's the ordinance that was addressed today. It has nothing to do with snow, it has nothing to do with anything else, but the city has decided for a long time now to have that ordinance to just get the boats off the street for certain months.
I received the information about the snow from City Hall.
Well, I mean, that's a different ordinance, and that's snow emergency routes, and obviously,
I asked for an answer on the dates that they used. I was told in case.
well, I
I
apologize
was
for
always
that.
told, well, I was always told in the past it was because of snow removal.
Nah,
That's why
because
they-
if that was true, then.
That was
then
20 years.
If that was true, we would make you move your car off of 200 block. We don't do that. So if your boat's in the 200 block, it's not for snow, it's just that you can't have your boat in those months. We're not gonna make you move all those cars, because.
The only reason I made an issue out of that is because
No, that's fine.
that's the only reason.
And that's good that you came, so we could clarify.
I have a question. Are you familiar with? Okay, so I have separate, but my wife doesn't like this. Everything inside the fence. Everything else. My wife doesn't want any of my stuff on her inside her. I haven't been before. I've never spoke to council.
We appreciate it. Pleasure meeting you. Yeah, 50 years in the island.
Close the public portion. Any final council comments? Seeing none, we have a motion and second to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passed. Thank you for joining us tonight, watching your council team at work.